Baltimore will be selling city-owned vacant properties for $1. This is great news. There are 3 phases in this program, and today we're going to discuss the 3 phases, how you can get involved, and exactly how to find these properties that are eligible for this program. But first, I need you to hit the subscribe button. If you want to get better at real estate investing, you have to follow this channel. Your credit score has a direct impact on your mortgage interest rate. Good credit can save you thousands of dollars on your mortgage. StellarFi helps you build your credit simply by paying your bills. StellarFi reports your payments to all 3 of the major credit bureaus. There's no credit check, and customers who make on-time payments can see an average credit score increase of up to 80 points. Get started today for just 99 cents by clicking the link in the description of this video. Phase 1 of this program begins on April 1st and lasts for 90 days. During this initial 90-day period, the priority will be for those who want to buy these properties, rehab them, and use them as their primary residence for 5 years. And these properties will be available for just $1. DHCD, which is the Department of Housing and Community Development, determined that $90,000 is the minimum amount of assets or financing a purchaser would need to have to prove they could afford to complete the scope of work. Therefore, to keep the vetting process clear, consistent, and equitable, $90,000 per property is applied across the board. Homeowners can also purchase vacant land owned by the city for $1, build a new construction property on it, and use it as their primary residence for a minimum of 5 years. Now, you're probably wondering about that $90,000 requirement for the renovation. I went to the Live Baltimore website and found several programs that provide assistance with loans for rehabbing a property, which is great. This part of the program, I think, is great for anyone who currently lives in Baltimore, anyone who is planning to or is open to living in Baltimore to take advantage of this program and get a property for the low. Phase 2 of the program is a concept that I've actually never heard of, but I think it's amazing. Make sure you stay until the end so I can show you exactly how to find these properties. Phase 2 is called Charm City Roots, and it starts on April 15th. Through our Charm City Roots portal, individuals with a familial or legacy connection to a vacant property that is not city owned will be able to express interest in purchasing that home as their primary residence. Once received, DHCD will determine if the property is eligible for acquisition, and if so, work with the individual to prepare them for home ownership while the property is acquired. So I think this is fantastic. If you are someone who has a family member who used to own a property in Baltimore that's now vacant for whatever reason, or maybe they lost it or something of that nature, you now may be able to purchase that property to use as your primary residence. So I think this is awesome for folks who have some sort of connection to the city. You know, we always talk about buying back the block, taking back what was lost in previous generations. And this part of the program is a great opportunity to do that and reclaim some of those properties that perhaps our families lost. It's possible that many of these homes that are vacant were lost during the great financial crisis when people were losing their homes left and right. And I'm sure everybody watching right now, maybe you lost a home or someone you know lost a home. So I know this aspect of it is going to hit different for a lot of you. So we have one more phase to go, and this one includes real estate developers. As a reminder, make sure you stay until the end. I'm going to walk through exactly how to find properties that are eligible for this program. So phase 3 starts on July 1st and includes future homeowners, real estate developers, nonprofits, and community land trust. So for-profit developers can purchase one of these vacant properties for $3,000, and the criteria is that it must be developed for residential or mixed use, including residential with a use and occupancy permit obtained within 12 months from the date of settlement. And in that particular category is for-profit developers, but also 501c3 nonprofits with 51 or more employees. For-profit developers can also purchase vacant lots along with 501c3 nonprofits with 51 or more employees. They can purchase those vacant lots for $1,000, and they must be developed for residential mixed use. That includes residential or green space with a use and occupancy permit obtained, when applicable, within 12 months from the date of settlement. So I really like what I'm reading so far as we've gone through the program, and we're not even done yet. What excites me is that areas that have blight within the city can be revived, places can be redeveloped for homeowners, places can be redeveloped for rentals and different uses. I like the mixed use aspect of it as well, and I believe it'll be a positive thing for the city. One thing that I'm curious about is where exactly these city-owned properties are. I'm curious about if they are all in a similar area, and if they are mostly in one area, imagine all of that rehabilitation is happening in a particular area. That could be very impactful. What I am concerned about, though, is let's say we find out that where these properties and where this land is at, it's spread out across the city. That's tough because you might find yourself in a situation where you might have a block with all vacant properties, as someone who's maybe looking to live in it as a primary residence, you probably don't want to be the first one on that block to be rehabbing a property and then everything else around you is vacant. So I'm curious about what this looks like on a more micro level. 501c3 nonprofits with 50 employees or less can purchase vacant lots for $500. And the criteria is must be developed for residential mixed use. That includes residential or green space with a use and occupancy permit obtained when applicable within 12 months from the date of settlement. For the nonprofits, my assumption is that they would probably be renting these homes out for affordable housing, low income housing, perhaps some sort of transitional housing, folks getting back on their feet. All of those things I think are great. And hopefully there's some nonprofits that can take advantage of this opportunity. So there are two additional ways to buy property for $1. And we're going to talk about those right now. So Community Land Trust can purchase a vacant building for $1. And here is the criteria. Must be a registered affordable housing land trust, registered with the Maryland State Department of Assessments and Taxation, and in compliance with the state's affordable housing land trust laws found in section 14 of the annotated code of the Maryland Real Property Article. Community Land Trust can also purchase vacant lots for $1. And the criteria is the same as it was for purchasing a building. So I'm not going to read that one again. All right, so now it's time to look at some of these properties. So properties that are eligible for this program can be found at buyintobmore.baltimorecity.gov. So when you get to the website, what you want to do is select fixed pricing program, browse properties, and you'll see all of the properties that are available. So the yellow dots are properties and the green dots are plots of vacant land. So the first one we are going to look at is 2817 Kennedy Avenue. If you're from Baltimore, talk to me about this area. As you can see, it is available through the right of entry program and then also the fixed price program that we're talking about today. So as we look at the street view, this picture is from 2019. So it's very possible that it looks different or potentially even worse than this, but this is what the property looks like on the outside, of course, as of 2019. So let's look at one more. So this next property is on 1910 Herman Place. And as you can see in the description, it's eligible for the right of entry program, the fixed price program. As we go to the street view, you can see that it is boarded up, at least as of 2019. And so it is very likely that it's in the same condition as it was back then. And if we look around on the street view and look at the properties beside it, at least back in 2019, pretty much everything else around it was vacant. And as we even turn the street view to look across the street, it looks like it's just vacant land across the way and Main Street over here. So again, if you're from Baltimore, if you're familiar with Baltimore, would love to hear your thoughts. So one thing I want to point out about this program is that the requirement is to rehab the property within 12 months. I really think that is a great guideline and can ensure that there'll be some properties that are ready to go. People can live in them in a quick period of time. And again, if you have properties in a certain area, then that means the area can turn around and at least be livable again faster. Something else you might be wondering is what is the maximum number of properties that someone can purchase? So applicants will be allowed to purchase up to 12 properties at a time. And at the time of application, they must show proof of funds to be able to rehab all of those properties. I'm assuming this applies for anyone who is not using it as a primary residence, because obviously you can't live in more than one house at a time. So it's probably for the developers, community land trusts, etc. So overall, this is a fantastic program, and it's really great that the city of Baltimore is doing this. I believe more cities should do it, and I'm curious to watch over the next couple of months and see how things develop, see who ends up purchasing properties and things of that nature. And I'll be sure to keep you all updated on what I find out. So now that you know how to buy properties for $1, I want you to learn about investors that are buying thousands of properties in major US cities. Check out this video right here.